Hello everyone and welcome to the YouTube video presentation. I'm a third year student of the University of Goroka taking bachelor degree in education. I and my colleague, we are going to do a presentation and educational video. Our topic is based on the psychology of the crowd. The term psychology of the crowd describes how belonging to a group can have an impact on an individual's actions and thoughts. The French psychologist Gustave Le Bon originally described this idea in depth in his groundbreaking book, The Crowd, a study of the popular minded in 1985. According to Le Bon, when people join a crowd, their ability to make rational decisions is lost because they give in the emotions and impulse to his idea. Crowds have the power to create a collective attitude that may either foster unity or coerce by creating common sense of identity. Conceptual framework among Le Bon's fundamental ideas are: 1. Collective mind. People behave and think differently in groups than they do alone. There may be a decrease in individual accountability and an increase in suggestibility as a result of this group attitude. 2. Enmity. Being in a crowd can give one a feeling of enmity, which might reduce one's sense of accountability and encourage actions that one might normally deem improper. 3. Emotion overreaction. In a crowd, emotions can overpower reason, leading to impulsive actions that are mostly affected by group dynamics than by personal preferences. Now I'll hand it over to my colleague to continue on with the content of the research.
Hello everyone. I'm the second presenter, which will be talking about the content of the topic, which is the psychology of the crowd. So as my other colleague has stated, she has run through a brief introduction about the topic that we're going to talk about. So now, without further ado, I'll take you guys straight into the content of the topic, which is the psychology of the crowd. So first things first, we're going to talk about the effects on education within the classroom. So the dynamics of the classroom can be greatly impacted by the psychology of the crowd. For example, group work frequently depends on the attitude of the group. Teachers create cooperative and creative group activities by using the understanding of crowd psychology. But they also need to be aware of the drawbacks, like pressure to fit in and a loss of uniqueness. Now, to support what I've just said, I'll take you guys through some of the points that relate back to the effects within the classroom, effects on education within the classroom. So, number one, we have group dynamics. So, when students collaborate in groups, contrasting viewpoints can either spark fruitful debates or put pressure on peers to fit in. So instructors or teachers can apply tactics that safeguard individual opinions and promote constructive disagreement. Number two is the engagement and motivation. So people can get energized by crowds. Students' passion and commitment can be sparked by collaborative projects that help to harness this collective motivation. So beyond the classroom, crowd psychology or psychology of the crowd can be seen more generalized social circumstances like public meetings, social movements, and demonstration. So, gaining Gaining an understanding of these actions can enable leadership and educators to support productive group dynamics. So some points to support that. Firstly, with the social movement. Teaching about civic engagement can critical thinking around soc- social issues might benefit from an understanding of how crowds can mobilize support for causes. Secondly, installing accountability. So teachers can encourage a feeling of personal accountability and moral behavior in both virtual and real world crowds by addressing that anonymity aspect in group involvement. Regarding my colleagues, understanding crowd psychology can help colleagues to create a collaborative learning environment. Professional development. Professional development, colleagues can collaborate more successfully and emphasize with other viewpoints if they are of the psychological components of cooperation. So shared culture, a supportive work environment built on cooperation and common objectives can be fostered by a communal awareness of these dynamics. So benefits and challenges of psychology of the crowd on my students, colleagues, myself. We have some advantages about that. So the first advantage is improved engagement. So using the interactive learning strategies, crowd psychology can raise students' engagement. Secondly, team collaboration. Teachers who understand crowd dynamics are better able to collaborate and come up with creative teaching methods. Number three is the skill building. So pupils acquire important social skills such as how to stand up for themselves and collaborate well in groups. So now I'll be talking about the difficulties or challenges about the topic, which is psychology of the crowd. So some points about the difficulties or challenges. Firstly, we have the conformity pressure. Pupils may experience pressure to fit in, which could stifle their individual thoughts and viewpoints. Secondly, conflict resolution. Teachers must possess good conflict resolution skills since they may find it difficult to resolve disputes that result from group dynamics. Thirdly is balancing participation in larger causes where powerful personalities may overpower quieter pupils. It can be challenging to make sure that all voices in a group are heard. So to conclude, in order to manage the potential risks of collective involvements and harness its power, teachers must have a thorough understanding of the psychology of the crowd. By implementing these ideas in classrooms and larger social situations, teachers may improve student learning, create more unified learning environments, and get students ready for productive engagement in society. So that brings us to the end of our presentation. I hope you guys have learned something from what you've viewed or watched. So basically, our presentation is based on it's an awareness of about the psychology of the crowd. It is the audience. The audience of this video presentation is everyone, the whole congregation. Meaning, if you're a student, you're a teacher, you're a worker. So this video is for everyone to view. So you view this video and hopefully give back your comments, less feedback, so we can hopefully work on what we lack in our career as future teachers of this great nation. Thank you.